We're ACME Die Casting. We're located in suburban Chicago. We make a wide variety of parts from power transmissions, housings, some hydraulic components, through sport and leisure industry. We have been here on this site since 1967. My name is Bob Ferguson. Currently, we have two melters. Our largest capacity right now is running at 3 million. It's about 3.5 million pounds a year, and our smaller machine is 600,000 pounds a year. Prior to this, we had up to 3 separate reverbs. We had a 47,000 pound reverb, a 30,000 pound, and a 10,000 pound reverb. They tended to be high maintenance due to burner calibration and oxygen leaks. We replaced our 2 bigger users, the 380 and the marine alloy, 413 in 2 Strikos. The first advantage is fuel savings. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but the big reverb was somewhere around $57 an hour to operate. And now that fuel cost is somewhere in the $20 or $25 an hour. We melt them all together, but we're about 60-40, about 60% ingot, 40% gates and runners. Not only did we consider, we actually have one. We have an open PO for delivery later in this year. It's another 3,000, 2,000. And the expectations of that furnace is 1 million pounds a month. Well, one of my other hats here is energy. And as I get deeper and deeper into energy, both electrical and gas, it brought to my attention to start monitoring daily gas, where I record meter readings every morning against pounds melted. I think what I'd like to do with this, I'll have to change the procedures so that I do more continuous melting rather than batch melting. One of the things that we noticed when we changed from reverbs to the Strikos is that the reverbs were always incredibly hard to clean, because sometimes you had to reach 20 feet back onto the inside. We even had forklift mounted tools like backhoes to reach to the inside, and you're protected from most of the radiant heat, even though you do have to have protection. There's a big difference in the amount of precipitate. We used to clean the reverbs about every 2 months, and we'd sometimes get 16 barrels of rocks out of the bottom. And now on the Strikos, we empty them once a month and we clean the floor. And we do have precipitate, but what you get is 1/4 barrel or 1/2 barrel. There's no more rock projects out there. There's less wall buildup because it's a controlled environment. And if the burners are set up right, you don't have any free oxygen floating around on the inside. And it's easier to manage. Even if you have an element that's on the high side, you're only talking about 4,000 or 6,000 pounds to deal with. When I had 47,000 pound reverb and zinc was high, you might never get rid of it because you you charge the dip filling well, and you tap out the tap out. And the backside never moved. It stayed there forever.
Yeah.
So it's easier to handle alloy and specification.